Olá, bem-vindos ao Lugar, o videocast da Braga 25, que tem como objetivo dar a conhecer melhor alguns dos artistas que participam no Sexual Theatre, um projeto europeu a partir do livro de Kate Millett, Sexual Politics. O projeto conta com a parceria do Bosnian National Theatre, Theatre City Festival Budva em Montenegro, Universidade Paul-Valéry em Montpellier, França, e procura desenvolver pela criação e circulação de 4 breves espetáculos de teatro uma releitura feminista de clássicos da literatura dos 4 países parceiros. Este é o primeiro de 5 episódios que iremos lançar nos próximos meses até maio. Cada episódio dará a conhecer o trabalho e a visão artística de cada convidado, a partir daquilo que são os seus lugares. A primeira convidada do Lugar é Stela Mišković, dramaturga montenegrina, que irá escrever o texto para o espetáculo interpretado por um elenco português e ensaiado aqui em Braga. Formada em dramaturgia, a Stela é diretora artística do Teatro Nacional Herzegovina, em Montenegro. É autora de mais de 30 peças para teatro e vários argumentos para curtas-metragens exibidas em festivais de cinema nos Balcãs. Hi Stella.
Hello.
How are you?
Great, thank you.
Thank you for being, you're our first guest, and thank you for being here in Braga recording this.
Thank you for having me here.
It's gonna be great. So I want to start, or I want to propose that we start with a round of rapid fire questions, just so our viewers can get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, so the idea is that you answer the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Not a lot of thought. All right, so the most beautiful word.
In what language?
You choose. It can be in Serbian.
In Montenegrin, is zera. It's because we don't have the letter z at all in our alphabet, and the meaning is something small, because I don't care about the meaning of words. I love all the words. I care about pronunciation, and in English is cautiously. Cautiously, yes.
And what is the word you hate the most in any language?
In my language, it's Đukela, and that means stray dog, but it's an insult for a person.
Oh, okay.
Especially a boyfriend to a girlfriend, and it's a male dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Đukela.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the best food?
Watermelon.
It's Friday night. Go out or stay in?
Stay in.
And do what?
And drink wine and watch my favorite TV shows. I won't say which ones.
Okay.
It's embarrassing.
What's your favorite thing in Portugal so far?
My friends. You, Hugo, Julio, Kat.
All right. Your favorite theater play?
It's Final Countdown, directed by Lidija Dedović, Montenegrin director, and written by Stănescu. She is a Romanian-American writer. It's contemporary writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final Countdown.
It's a dark comedy.
Oh, I'll check that out. What's the scariest animal?
Insects, but cockroach, because it stays alive always.
Forever.
Forever, yes.
Your idea of happiness is?
To be loved.
Great. Favorite woman artist?
I have a new one, thanks to Portugal. You will help me pronounce her name. It's Sara Baros Leitão.
Okay.
Because she is so passionate, so dedicated, and she will change the history of Portugal, I'm sure of it. She's so smart.
I hope she sees it.
Yes,
I'll tell her.
Thank you, Sarah.
Best heroine in fiction of all time?
Modesty Blaze. You know Modesty from the comic books?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Because she has various types of personalities, not like a disorder, it's a language barrier. And I'm not expressing myself very well because she is very strong, she knows how to fight her enemies, and also she is very calm, and she sees the problem from the calm perspective. She is not in haste, and she always wins, of course, and she is righteous. She is on the right side.
Cool. So last one, your favorite place in the whole world?
My favorite place in the whole world is my hometown, Cetinje.
Can you tell me a little bit about it? Like why?
because of the people, because of the town itself. It's a small town with wild beauty, almost intact beauty, and because we are always on the other side of the government, they didn't pour us money, so it was a good thing because we preserved the look. The buildings, the houses, not buildings, are authentic, and we have cultural heritage of Montenegro. We are carriers of cultural and historical heritage of Montenegro. We are under the mountain Lovćen, which is very important mountain for us, and the people are our characteristics are hospitality, bravery, and humor. It was also, we have books of our humor.
Okay.
So when you come to Cetinje, you will be welcomed. You will feel warm and safe. And I imagine us like we are, you know, the village from Asterix and Obelix, and that's what Cetinje is. Yes, that's us, because we are so small, and so independent in a way, so brave, and always on the first line to defend wrongs. Yeah.
I'll visit soon.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
hope
promise.
so.
Yes. All right. So for more serious questions now, they're not that serious, but so you were born in Montenegro and you live and work in Cetinje.
Yes.
It was the formal royal capital of the country. So for the people who never been in Montenegro like me, and you already started talking a little bit about it, how would you describe the place where you come from and the theater you work in?
Yeah, I think I said most of the things related to the town itself. And now a few words about my theater.
Yeah, how is it?
Yes, it's very small, but I dare to say one of the most beautiful theaters in the world. It's small and it's green and it's cozy. It has a little stage, not so little, but you can put the regular place on it, and also it has the I don't know the word Cânone, when the place is small and there are lots of
audience on the stage.
Okay, you can do that, but even if you don't put audience in the stage, it feels like you are a camera.
Okay. For camera place. For
Camera
more intimate
place. Yes, intimate place. Yes, yes, that's the word. We have 37 workers only. We are only one man for everything, so it takes much love and effort for our people to work, and we have all that. So it's difficult, but it's nice. We have strong community between us, and I love to work there. Yeah.
Great. So, and as we were saying, you are now the artistic director of this theater. How would you describe your artistic path leading to that? Are there other women in positions of leadership in the theater in Montenegro? Like, for example, here in Portugal, the National Theatre in Lisbon, there was only one woman director in the entire history of that theater. So I was wondering, like, how is the reality in Montenegro?
I would say pretty good, because we have 5 professional theaters in whole Montenegro, and 3 of them are led by women. Okay. And also our Ministry of Culture is woman.
Oh, here now as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't have that kind of gap in culture. I don't know in other areas, but in theater regarding we are very well involved in the life, and we have the leading positions. So about my path, it was very difficult because I don't belong to any party, you know, and during 30 years in Montenegro you had to belong somewhere to be put on the position, any position. You had to have connections, we call it connections. And I'm very proud of this thing. The most important thing in my whole career, I think, is the fact that I was chosen by ESNAF. 95% of the people in our field, directors, actors, producers, dramatists, writers, signed a petition for me to be in this place, because the government didn't want me. Not now, the Ministry of Culture that was before this one, she didn't want me to be in that place because the funny story, because the Instagram story she saw, and she thought that I was not serious enough for the position, regardless my references and my bio. But the ESNAF was, and my director, technical director, operative director, the person who is above me, Lugar, and the ESNAF brought me to this place. So probably I belong here.
For sure. Yeah. But did you always want to be an artistic director, to program, or wasn't something you thought about?
It was something I never wanted to do. I don't want it now either, but here I am. But it's because I don't have a job. I don't have a monthly income. I never had it. This is my first employment.
Right, you're a freelancer.
Yeah, I'm a freelancer, and it's always unstable, and it was ungrateful to say, no, I don't want to be artistic director, and to ask my sister, please give me €2 for, I don't know, sanitary napkins or whatever I need. So I had to accept it. So that is, it's not very grateful position, because it's very difficult, it's full of problems,
stressful,
much more problems than I imagined, but I cope, and I'm here, and I will be here. So,
all right, so let's talk about something that hasn't that much to do with your artistic director life, but more with your artist and playwright.
Let's talk about that
dimension. So, as we were saying, you're also a playwright and a dramaturg. And I know you have a vast knowledge of Western literature and the classics, the dramatic classics. We're in a room surrounded by books. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the so-called canon. That has traditionally been defined and studied by white men, and where women, among other people, have been silenced many times. So how do you deal with these silences and these gaps in our representation when you have to work on a classic text where there are no relevant female characters, or there's no feminine perspective? How do you, like, when you're asked as a dramaturg or to adapt, how do you do that?
I rewrite them.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Yes, a few years ago I was working with the Bosnian director Dino Mustafić on a play called Mice and People. How do you? Mice and Men.
Yes.
John Steinbeck, yes. And I was doing dramatization of the novel, and he also wrote a play.
Right.
Yes, novel and play, and the female character doesn't have a name. We gave her a name. I wrote the whole scene for her. I gave her the character, and that's how. That's one of the ways. But in theater-wise, there are many ways, because when you are a director, which I'm not, but I was lucky to work with directors who are open-minded, who are really on the right side of the everything, of the views, which fights our fight with us, male or female. So in that way, you can direct you can have silence scenes without text to have some feminine line, or you can put some other things in a play, which are feminist pamphlets or some writings, or you have the ways, and we do that. We do that in theater.
Have you ever encountered any resistance to that kind of rewriting or proposals?
No, never.
Cool. Also, I was as an artistic director and someone who programs a whole season for a theater. Do you bring that feminist point of view when you're thinking about the shows you are going to program? Is that something that is always on your mind? Like, what kind of weapons and strategies do you use to?
As National Theatre, we cannot devote ourselves completely on feminist literature, but I'm going to try every year at least one play to be in some sort of activism of women. For this year, we have coming the Croatian director Dora Ružjak-Podolski in our theater to direct the case of Virgina. You know Virgina, but to explain to the audience, it's a specific phenomenon in Montenegro, Albania and North Macedonia, when families don't have male heirs, sons. The woman in family, daughter, take over the role of man. She dresses like a man, she acts like a man, and it's not in secret. In community, everyone knows, and she is very well respected as a man. So the play will be called Case of Virgina, but it will be omnibus. It won't be just about Virginas. It will say all the main problems that women have in Balkan, in Montenegro, some kind of that kind of stories, few stories, and it will be in our theater.
And you're writing
the
play,
I'm
right?
Writing.
You're the
playwright. I will try to. I was trying to avoid the fact, but okay, yes, I'm writing. But it was settled before I was artistic director.
Oh, okay,
yes.
so it's a project
it was arranged, yes,
okay,
because it's probably conflict of interest, but it was in the plan.
So it's something that's been in the works for a long time.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Is there right now? Is there a play or a novel, a work of literature that, like, if you could right now, that you would really like to adapt, to work on?
Oh, that's a tricky question, because I'm always in so much work that I don't have time for my desires.
No, but if you had, if I told you, I have 250,000 euros and I have a theater for 2 months, come do whatever you want. You just need to adapt a classic. What would
classic?
What would you,
or
a contemporary classic, but what would you like to do?
I would probably like to do one very misogynist writer, Strindberg, and deconstruct his works. Yes.
Okay, like, do you have a play in mind, like Miss Julie or The Pelican?
I will do some kind of compilation.
A medley.
Yes, medley.
A Strindberg medley. That would be awesome.
Yes, that's a good title.
Let's think about it. Yes. All right. So I have another round of rapid fire questions for you.
Sure.
It's a section that I called "She's a Keeper."
Oh.
And I like to do this quick game. I'm going to give you 2 options of famous women characters from fiction.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me your favorite, and then we'll keep going.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So, Juliet or Lady Macbeth?
Lady Macbeth.
Lady Macbeth or Antigone?
Antigone.
Antigone or Hermione?
Antigone.
Antigone or Mrs. Dalloway?
Antigone.
Antigone or Dorothy from
Antigone.
Oz?
Yeah.
Antigone or Maleficent?
Maleficent.
Haha. Maleficent or Barbie?
Maleficent.
Maleficent or Anna Karenina?
Maleficent.
Maleficent or the Três Marias?
The Tres Marias, of course.
I knew that.
You are very cunning.
I know. Speaking of the Três Marias.
Okay.
So I know you and Lila, the director of the play, you're going to work together with the Portuguese cast. I know that you're working on this project and you're researching right now, and you're very much interested in working based off the new Portuguese letters by the Três Marias. Although the book is now a Portuguese contemporary classic, and especially the revolutionary and feminist canon, it was censored right after its publication, and for many years it was deemed a minor work. So what is it about this book that caught your attention?
I think mostly bravery. The courage and the honesty I see in the book. And also it's very interesting for me that you have different styles, and you notice different styles, but you have the same pain, the same hurt. When you draw the line on metaphysical level, of course there are very different stories, but on metaphysical level you have the same gist, you know. And that's what very interesting. But first, I fell in love first in original Portuguese letters, which you presented on the yes. But I just recently I found out that from Sara that the writer is not the writer, that is probably unknown. But before that, I was very impressed by also the courage of a woman in that period of time that has courage as a nun to speak freely about love at cost of being outcast and everything. And that was the first thing that comes to mind. And then when we heard about Tres Marias and everything, and their story, their private story, what they have to endure to write these letters, their courage, and that is why we fall in love.
Great. And so my last question is, and tell me if I'm not allowed to ask you this, but I'm curious, can you, I know this is very early in the process, but can you lift the veil a little bit on the ideas or the themes that you are working on with Lila on the play, for the play that is going to premiere here next year?
It is very, very early because we are in the research phase, but one thing I can say for now, maybe it's going to change, but what is interesting for me and for Lila is that we want to deconstruct the hypocrisy of the system. You know, because the system allegedly support women, the laws, and except of femicide, the laws and everything, but in the practice, in the real life, women are suffering. And another thing that is very interesting to me is the fact that nowadays we have organizations, NGOs, and to help women, but we rarely have one woman who is like Sarah, like we don't have, you don't have, and we don't have much individuals that are fighting for our rights, and I think we lack courage. I think nowadays the scarier thing is we have everything, allegedly, we have laws, but we don't have that much courage as the woman before us came. So that is the hypocrisy of the system who allegedly support us, and in practice they don't.
There still lacks representation.
There still lacks everything, yes.
Okay.
It's failing us constantly.
So that will be like one of the topics that you like to tackle?
Yes, I think for now that's what's moving me, but it may change, I don't know. Yeah.
So thank you for this little bit and for allowing us to get you to know you, get to know you a little bit better. And and we look forward to seeing you May next year with your play, and also you and Lila. And thank you.
Thank you.
E obrigada a todos. É o primeiro episódio do Lugar e até breve.